Your fear of being seen is literally stopping you from showing yourself. It's stopping you from people seeing your fullest potential. Your fear of being seen is literally caging you away from the person that you could be and that you want to be and that you will be. Your fear of being seen is stopping you from many more opportunities that could change your life. Your fear of being seen is literally holding you hostage from yourself. Your fear of being seen is literally gatekeeping your utterly beautiful talent that people could possibly enjoy. Your fear of being seen is the one step. Your fear of being seen is the stepping stone to the future that you've been trying to avoid. Did I just strike a nerve? Did I trigger something? Because I think I did. I think I motherfucking did. Your fear of being seen is literally is the reason why you keep trying to bury that little dream of yours that you don't want to do because of that reason. There's no other reason, but you'll find a way to talk yourself out of that reason. You know, we're all very good at rationalizing things. We're all very good at hiding things from ourselves. That is one thing about the human psyche that I learned and about myself. I learned, in learning that about myself, I also learned that about other people and vice versa. And I do that too. Trust me, I have a huge fear of being seen. The fact that I'm doing this and putting this out on the internet, that's me trying to conquer my fear. You know, just, you know, it's me trying to conquer my fear because you know, that's literally how you combat your fears, by exposure therapy. Just letting you know. But a lot of the times, we have dreams. You know, we have our inner core. We have a dream that comes truly from that inner child of us, that inner core inside of us, and that dream that we've always had since we were kids. That's why it's like, that's why it brings out that, you know, inner child in you in a sense, and it gets you very excited, and it brings you so much joy and so much fire, and you feel so free when you do it, so liberated, especially when you do it in private all by yourself, because there's no one else watching you but you. Because you know how they always ask, there's like that phrase I saw somewhere, who are you when no one's watching? And I heard someone say that today, and I don't know who said it, but who are you when no one's watching? The person that you are when no one's watching is who you really are. And that person that you're afraid to show to the world is stopping you from so many bigger things that could happen in your life. It's stopping you from you pursuing your dreams. It's stopping you from you being fully yourself because you're still performing. You're not being your authentic self. And in you performing this role that avoids you having to confront that fear of being seen, and, you know, that avoids that dream of yours, it makes you kind of like feel comfortable in a way. Like, that's what makes it so sacred. That's what makes that dream so sacred, and that skill, that talent so sacred, because it's only reserved for you. Only you know it, you know? Only you share it with you, maybe with your closest friends, and that's it. And in you bearing that dream is your way of keeping yourself safe from having to expose yourself to vulnerability, because that's what you having to put yourself out there to be seen by the world will, you know, cause you to feel. I mean, in order for you to be seen, you also have to be able to be vulnerable with yourself. You have to be open to being vulnerable. You have to accept being, you have to accept the idea that your heart is on the line. You have to accept that it's something that, you know, it could be exposed. You can't really avoid it, but you just have to find strength in your vulnerabilities. If you don't find strength in that, in your vulnerabilities and your softness, then how do you expect you to conquer that fear of being seen? Because you can't, like, You can't fake your way to confidence, and you can't fake your way to strength. Because you know how they say, like, just be strong, just be strong, just be confident. It's not how it works. That's not how it works. It actually doesn't work that way. You could try it that way. It can maybe work for you, but temporarily until it, like, cracks. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be authentic, and you're kind of... And it's not going to feel organic or natural. You feel like you're going against yourself in a sense. So just go with yourself. Go with the flow of yourself. Go with the flow of your own time. So whenever people say go with the flow, go with your own flow. Don't go with the flow of other people's timeline or how other people do things. But just go with your own flow. You see, I have a huge fear of being like seen and stuff like that. Like I have really bad stage fright when I was a kid, and I remember in class I was that kid that, like, whenever I would read things aloud, like, I would literally prepare that paragraph, read it like 10 times so that way it sounds perfect when I'm reading it, but I'm like shaking inside with anxiety, and I hated presentations. But you know what, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that kid anymore. I've grown up. Here I am. I'm an adult now. And so what do I do with that? I have to unlearn that behavior. Because that behavior, that learned pattern that I have is stopping me from fully reaching my full potential. Is literally like sabotaging me from being able to conquer my dreams or deliver my dreams, fulfill my dreams in the way that I want to. I am my own enemy. So why do I have to do myself a disservice? You know, I can't keep staying comfortable. I have to be able to sit in discomfort. That's the only way that you can conquer your fear of being seen. Hello there. That's the only way you can conquer your fear of being seen. Just like how I'm doing this. Find something that you can do slowly through exposure therapy, just exposing yourself through the discomfort of that fear, and find what makes you tick. Find the little things that make you tick. Whatever that means. I don't know, that's what I hear in my head right now. And don't abandon yourself too in the process. Don't lose yourself in the process, and don't lose yourself in what you think that is palatable for others, and don't try to filter yourself in a way that's comfortable for others. Just be your authentic self, and don't think about a formula that you have to follow or a specific rule. Be messy, okay? Be messy, and just do it in what feels good, not what feels comfortable, because I feel like that advice people can easily take it as like, okay, well, I'm gonna stay in my comfort zone. Just do what feels good and what feels right. Do it from the heart, all right? Listen to your heart. When you listen to your heart and your head too at the same time, but make sure that whatever's in your head aligns with your heart, and listen to that intuition, to your gut. When you create from this source, anything that comes out of it feels good, and it feels authentic to you. And yes, that you cannot avoid eyes on you. Like, imagine you're on stage and no one is throwing fucking tomatoes at you and saying boo, because that's all in your head. But I feel like a lot of time the perceptions of being seen just comes from how you're perceived by people and how you're received by people. And that's the thing where it's like, you have to be able to love what you create on your own. You have to be able to love what you create when no one is watching, without needing other people's validation, and believing in that in yourself, and also being able to accept the criticism you give yourself, but with discernment, though. You know what I mean? And just standing in like a balanced state. So that way when you do put it out, do not expect people to owe you anything. Do not expect people to like it or to dislike it. Don't even have any expectations. Just literally release it. Release it into the void, into the abyss. And then watch what happens. That's it. That's all. Goodbye and good night.